Today. This is lecture number 7. Today we will go to the second part of the course where we have a lecture from our interaction axis book. So today we need to start lecture number 7. We are going to consider an article from this book which is on page 26 and 27. We will also deal with some words and derive some nouns from verbs, verbs from adjective, and so on and so forth. So we will have some derivations. We will also understand the meaning of some new vocabulary. We will also give some definition taken from the article. Again, if we have, we will also move to some analysis of this article and try to see some words and their opposites. At the end of the lecture, we will deal with some regular and irregular verb forms. So this is how the article is in the book. This is the article on page 26. If you have a look at our book, so basically this is the book. We need to go to lecture on page 26 and 27. So if I may just show you where this lecture is. It is on page 26 and 27. So this is where the article starts, and this is the end of the article. So basically we need to consider this article today. So okay, so I'm going to read this very quickly. It is already there on the slides, but just for those who want to make sure where this article is in the book, it is on page 27. Okay, so we have a copy of this article here. It is internet shopping. 25 years ago, very few people used the internet. Only scientists and people in the government knew about the internet and how to use it. This is changing very fast. Now, almost everyone knows about the internet, and many people are online on the internet every day. When people think about the internet, they often think about information, but now more and more, when people think about the internet, they think about shopping. Amazon.com was one of the first companies to try to sell product on the internet. Jeff Bezos started the company. One day he made a prediction about the future. He saw that the World Wide Web was growing 2,000% a year. He predicted that it was going to continue to grow, and he thought that shopping was going to move to the internet. People were going to shop online. He quit his good job and drove across the country to Seattle, Washington. There he started on an online bookstore called Amazon.com. Bezos had very little money. The company began in a garage, a building for a car, and at first there were very few customers, people who buy things. This is the rest of the article, so we don't want to waste your time reading this. You can read this yourself. However, we are going to look at some vocabulary and explain them. So if I just read this very quickly, at the Amazon.com site, people can search for a book about subject, find many different books about that subject, read what other people think about the books, order them by credit card, and get them in the mail in 2 days. This kind of bookstore was a new idea, but the business grew. In a few years, Amazon.com had 10 million customers and sold 18 million different items in categories, including books, CDs, toys, electronics, videos, DVDs, home improvement product, things that you use to fix up a house, software and video games, etc. Today, at a virtual shopping mall, a group of online stores, you can buy anything from gourmet food, special, usually expensive food, to vacations. Now let's go to the study of this article. We need to look at the difficult word, we explain them, we need to explain some definition, we need to look at the vocabulary, and so on and so forth. So if we move to this slide, here we have to understand some vocabulary meaning. If we start with the word ago that we can see at the very beginning of this article, so if you can go back, you'll find 25 years ago. So we need to explain some of those vocabulary. So for example, the word ago here, which you can see clearly at the beginning of this article. So this is a list of those words. We have the word and it is meaning. So we have the words and their meaning. For example, the word ago, which is usually used to refer to the past, means before. So when you say 1 year ago, it means 1 year before 1 year. The word scientist refers to physicists, people who are expert in certain medical medical profession or physical kind of profession, or any kind of a specific kind of science that somebody is specialized in. The word government refers to the form or system of rule by which a state or community etc. is governed. So when we say this is the government of this country, we refer to the political system, to the governmental system, to the rules that are basically used to rule a community, or basically a state or a country or a kingdom or whatever. So we refer to the kind of government that is there. The word almost, it means very nearly. So when you say, for example, I almost finished my study, which means I did not really finish, but I almost finished, very nearly finished, but not really everything. When somebody says, well, I am online, it means I am on the internet. I am doing something online. I am on the internet. The word information, it refers to knowledge that is gained through study, through research, through instruction, or through factual data. So when we say, for example, this person has good information, it means he has good knowledge, and this knowledge he or she has gained, has got from his study or her study, from research, from instruction, and so on and so forth. The word shopping refers to the act of a person who shops, who buys different products. So when you go to a mall and you do this action of shopping, so basically when you buy stuff or when you buy some product from a supermarket or from a superstore and so on and so forth. The word company is a number of persons united for joint action. So when we have a company, it means we have more than one person has basically have done something together. So they have united together for a joint action or joint business, especially business, as we can see here. The word sell means to offer something for sale. When you sell something, it means you have something and you want people to buy it from you. Product refers to a thing produced by labor. When there are more than one worker, basically who are working or manufacturing something, we say, well, this is the product. Specifically, if we deal with a factory where we have more than one worker, the result or the product is basically what we call product. Okay, now again we still have some words to explain. The word prediction, when somebody predicts something, it means he is basically saying a statement about what one think will happen, what will happen in the future. So again, prediction is a statement about what one thinks will happen in the future. While the World Wide Web, which is usually abbreviated as WWW, is basically an information network of text, picture, and sound that people have access to when they use the internet. So this is what we refer to as the internet or the World Wide Web, where we have large number of web pages and information stored in a network with pictures, sounds, and so on and so forth, and people can have access. People can see, can go, can copy, can read, and can copy and paste, and can read and can listen to, and so on and so forth through the internet. The word percent, which we have seen in the article as well, refers to a number or a ratio which is expressed as a fraction out of 100, and it is often denoted using the percentage sign, which is, as you can see, this is what we call the percentage sign. Anyway, the verb grow means to increase in size or to increase in amount or to become more advanced or even more developed. When somebody quit his job or her job, it means he stopped doing his job. He stopped doing something or left a job or left his place. To search for means to look for. And again, the word order means to request or to make a request or to make or to supply or to deliver food or goods. I repeat, when the word order here is used as a noun. So when you have a company and you order food for your company or you order some material for your company, it means you buy those materials. So the order is a request that people make. Why? To buy some food, to buy some goods, to buy some stuff for their needs, and so on and so forth. Okay, these are the rest of the new vocabulary. The word credit card is a small plastic card that can be used as a method of payment where the money being taken from you at a later time. We probably are familiar with the credit cards. A bookstore is a store that sells books, while the garage is a small inexpensive building. Usually we don't use the garage to live in, but it is for cars, so usually it is not really that expensive, specifically if we are dealing with a home garage, a garage that is for one flat or for one building. It is usually small, it is not that big. Customers are the people who buy those products, so the customers refer to persons who buy goods or buy services. The word site is a set of pages of information on the internet about a particular subject, So this is what we usually find in terms of a website. The word site refers to the set of pages, the group of pages which are made online, which are full with information that you can find online about a particular subject. Okay, so again, we still have some new words from the article. The word category, which we also have seen in the previous page, a group of similar things. When you categorize the stuff, you arrange them according to groups that are similar. So you categorize books, you categorize, for example, computers, you categorize for example, your paper or notebook. So the category refers to a group of things that are similar to one another. The word improvement refers to something that you do or you add in order to increase the value. So if you have a house, you improve that house so that it becomes better, it becomes more expensive, and so on and so forth. So the word improvement is something that is done or added to a real property. Why? To increase its value. Now we have come across the word home improvement property. So if we go back to the book we have, to the article we have dealing with, which we said it is on page 26, where we talked about home improvement product, and I go back to the stuff here. So this is where home improvement product, a term that we also need to explain. Sorry. So home improvement product. Those are things that you use to fix up a house. Okay. So at least we know where are they in the article. So again, the home improvement products are things that we use to fix a house, as you can see here. Now the gourmet food is a kind of food that is very expensive, or is very special kind of food that is usually expensive to buy. We have come across the word gourmet food again in our article where we dealt with this article. So you can buy anything from government food, which is a special, usually expensive kind of food. Okay, again, we go back to the article. The word profit refers to the money that is earned in trade or business after paying the cost of producing and selling goods and services. So again, those are some of the words that we have come across while dealing with this article. All right, let's move on. When we say something is a huge, it means it is very big, of a greater size. So according to the slide, it's extremely large in size or in the amount. To find out means to discover. Virtual shopping mall. A virtual shopping mall is basically a mall that you find online, a group of online stores where you go online and shop for whatever you like. This has come at the end of the article where we talked about a virtual shopping mall, which is a group of online stores. So the stores are already there online, and basically they do not exist in reality, and that's why they are virtual. They are not on earth, they are not really there physically, but they are virtually advertised on the internet. Okay. Moving on to the following section of this lecture, where we deal with some derivation of the terminology and the new vocabulary that we have. Derivation is basically a word formation process. It is when you formulate words from another word. So for example, when you want to create a noun from a verb, you add an ER at the end of the verb. So for example, teach can become teacher. So the word teach is a verb, while the word teacher is a noun. So the same thing probably can apply to an adjective and an adverb. So quick is an adjective. To derive an adverb, you say quickly. So basically, we derive one word from another. These derivations that we have in this lecture are taken from the lecture itself so that we can understand the meaning of those new vocabulary further. So we start with this table, where we have a category of verb and how we can derive a noun. Then we derive an adjective. We start with the word search, which is clearly a verb. Now the word search, we can derive from it the word researcher or the word research. Both of them are nouns. So researcher is a noun, باحث, while research is بحث, and the verb itself is يبحث, basically search. Okay, let's move to another word, which is the word book. When somebody is bookish, it means he is always interested in books. You always find him reading a book. So always whatever he says is also very much similar to the style of a book rather than the style of everyday conversation. Now we move to the word subject, and we can derive from its subjectivity and subjective as an adjective. The word electronics is a noun as it is used in here in the book, while the adjective from electronic, from which is electronic. So electronics is the noun, electronic is the adjective. The word improve, which we have seen in the book as well, on basically home improvement products. So improve is the verb, improvement is the noun. The word include, which we have also seen in the article, include is the verb, and inclusive is the adjective. Categorize is the verb, and we said to make a noun you get category or categorization as well. The word business comes from the word busy that we use as an adjective. Again, the word different, which is already an adjective, we can get the word difference from it, which is a noun. Different, مختلف. difference اختلاف, while the verb is differ يختلف. The adjective special, we can get specification and we can get specialization. Excuse me. As nouns. To get a verb, you basically use specialize. So specialize, specialization, and special. The word expensive is an adjective. The word expense is a noun. And we move to the following word, think, verb. Thought is a noun. And thoughtful is an adjective. Scientist or science are nouns. Scientific is an adjective. The word government is a noun. To derive a verb, it is govern. And the adjective is governmental. The next word is the word use. As it is used as a verb, it is used, يستخدم. Usage is the noun, استخدام, while useful is the adjective. Useful, مفيد, while useless is غير مفيد. The noun information, we can derive from it the word inform, which is the verb, and from the word move, we can derive the noun movement. The word shop, shopper is the person who does the shopping, متسوق, while from the word produce, ينتج, we can get product, which is إنتاج أو منتج, while the word productive refers to somebody who always produces, productive, منتج. The word predict is the verb, يتنبأ, يتوقع, predict. Prediction is the noun, while predictive is the adjective. Continue is a verb. Continuation is a noun. Continue, يستمر. Continuation, استمرار. Continuous, مستمر, which is an adjective. The verb grow, grown as an adjective. Money, monetary. مال, the adjective from money, monetary. Begin is the verb, يبدأ, beginning, البداية. Build, building, يبني, وبناية أو عمارة. Or builder, the person who does the building. البناء, if you like. Now we move to page number 28, where we have some definition for some words. So as you can see, number one, on the internet, when somebody is on the internet, it means he is or she is online. People who buy things, what do you call them? We call them customers. So customers are people who buy things. When you are online, it means you are on the internet. Things that you use to fix up a house. We have just talked about this. It is the home improvement product. A group of online stores, which are virtual shopping malls. Okay, so group of online stores means the virtual shopping malls. Number 5, special, usually expensive food refers to gourmet food, which is the type of food that is very expensive. Okay, now here are a group of words that can be opposite for one another. Opposite means the opposite meaning. They are antonyms. So when you get old, for example, you get new. So they are not really the same. They are opposite each other. When we said ago, that is something happened before, the opposite word is current, happening now, but not in the past, or in the future, or in the present, but at least it is not past. When we have a few of something, it means qalil, but we can get the opposite, which is many or much, depending on the noun that follow. When something is fast, سريع, the opposite is slow, بطيء. Often, غالبا. Infrequently, غير متكرر. Or rarely, قلما, نادرا, seldom, نادرا. More means كثير or أكثر. Less means أقل. First and last, الأول والآخر. Improvement, تطوير, تحسين. Decline, انحدار, if you like, or declination. Wrong, خطأ or خاطئ, while right, correct, which means صحيح. Another table here shows us a list of verbs and their past form. So usually we have the verb in the present, and then we have it is past form. Now, if you can see, the first three verbs are regular verbs. Regular because they end with ed. So to make the verb into the past for a regular verb, you just add a d or ed at the end of the verb. So use, used, while predict, predicted, and continue, continued. Those verbs are what I call regular verbs. Now, when there is no ed or d at the end, this is not really a regular verb. It is irregular. Regular means منتظم التصريف. تصريفه إلى الماضي يكون بإضافة d or ed at the end في النهاية. But the irregular is basically غير منتظم, له طريقة مختلفة في التصريف. Know, يعلم أو يعرف. Knew, علم أو عرف. يكون أو يكونون. Was or were, كانوا في الماضي أو كان في الماضي. Think, يعتقد, يفكر. Thought في الماضي. Try, tried. Notice that the formation of here is containing an ed, but we notice that the y in try has changed into an I. We have done something like this before, I think. Make, made. يصنع, صنع. See, يرى. saw, رأى في الماضي. grow, ينمو. grew, نما. drive, drove, يقود السيارة, or drive in general. drove in the past. Another group of present and past verbs. Get becomes got. Have becomes had. Sell, sold. Can, could. Buy, bought. Say, said. Go, went. Find, found. So these are the list of regular and irregular verbs that we have basically come across in this article. So again, this is going to bring us to the end of lecture number 7, where we have dealt with the interaction access book. We have started with the article on page number 26 and 27 that deals with shopping online. We have gone through the vocabulary, we have explained terminology, we have given definition, and we have given some opposites and regular verb, irregular verb, and so on and so forth. So this is the end of lecture number 7. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.